Welcome back to Humans in 5.
Now, we've reached a time of year when a lot of things start to happen. The post-holiday slump is over and people are starting to remember all those deadlines that will be creeping up in the spring.
Sometimes all these deadlines can force you into making a lot of decisions all day long. If you make one choice after another, do you find yourself getting a little exhausted? You might be suffering from a case of decision fatigue.
Decision fatigue occurs when you have to make one decision after another. Some psychologists noticed that as people made more and more decisions, the quality of the decisions they made declines as they make choices again and again.
The classic example comes from Ben Gurion University in Israel. Researchers followed parole judges throughout their day and looked at the judgments and paroles they handed out as the day went on. They kept track of over 1,100 decisions to see how judges dealt with the rigors of passing judgments throughout each day. They found that as time went on, judges made more and more decisions. With more sentences passed, they denied parole more often throughout the day.
Researchers found that the mental work of making decisions about cases again and again throughout the day tired the judges out and wore down their judgment. It seems that no matter how hard you try, making decision after decision seems to tire out our brains.
We're not entirely sure why this happens, but as these judges were followed, researchers found one big trend that might explain things. They found that parole decisions got harsher throughout the day, but that there was a little peak in paroles granted right after lunch. They found that when the judges got a break to eat, they replenished their brains, allowing them to make more reasonable decisions.
This idea of the brain needing some more fuel to make decisions seemed pretty reasonable. Researchers at Florida State University tested it further in a lab setting. They had study participants make a series of decisions, but along the way, participants sipped a sugary lemonade drink. It appeared that the glucose replenished the brain along the way, allowing people to keep their decision-making prowess.
Psychologists think that this sugar boost works by nourishing certain parts of the brain. Your brain keeps working when you're making a series of decisions, but you instead seek the short-term reward of making any decision and put less energy into thinking through long-term consequences over time.
Now, the example with the judges refers to some pretty significant decision-making, but the same trend can be noticed in our day-to-day lives. Even the decision you made to watch this video instead of maybe working or texting a friend cost you a little bit of brain power.
So since we can't spend all day sipping sugar or eating snacks, how do we get past this fatigue? Researcher Carol Dweck notes that momentum can go a long way. Decision fatigue is stronger among people who have a sense it might be affecting them. But people who sincerely think they can keep pushing through a series of decisions through sheer willpower actually get less fatigued along the way.
In the same vein, people who work to minimize decisions seem to have fewer issues when faced with a stream of them. Some people avoid these choices by, for example, turning off Wi-Fi while working to resist checking Facebook, or having limited wardrobe so that you don't have to decide what to wear each day.
Different tactics work for different people. In the end, you need to decide for yourself how to keep your brain ticking when it's drained after making choices again and again.
We hope this episode didn't cause you too much fatigue, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe!